guys, how's it going and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about weight loss plateaus and how to get over them. So let's say you've been dieting for a few weeks and it's been going really well. You lost a few pounds, you can see changes in the mirror, your friends starting to notice, it's all going great, and then it stops going great and your progress starts stalling. And it's frustrating and it sucks because you've been doing everything right and all of a sudden it just stops working. What do you do? So let's explain what happens when you hit a weight loss plateau. Firstly, you need to identify whether it is really a plateau or not, because sometimes, especially if you're a girl, your weight will fluctuate a lot. So if you're weighing yourself every day, give it a week or 10 days and take the average weight week by week. If you find from 1 week to the next the average weight has not gone down by a single 100 grams or something, then you have probably hit a plateau. Now, obviously weight is not the best way to measure your progress, because if you are doing a body recomposition, you could be gaining muscle and losing fat. So this is where pictures and measurements come in. If you find that your waist measurements don't go down and that your pictures look the same, then you are probably at a point in your diet where you've hit a plateau. So here's how you can push past this plateau. Now, let's first go over why we hit these plateaus, like physiologically what's happening in your body. So there's this thing called metabolic adaptation, and I know it gets a really bad rap, but I think it's because people understand the concept of it wrong. Basically, if you are someone that's doing cardio, this is probably the biggest culprit. If you're tracking your cardio, let's say your cardio is doing an incline walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes at 4 kilometers an hour. As your weight comes down, obviously you have less overall mass, you are moving less overall mass over the weeks, then the amount of calories you're burning is not going to go up, it's actually going to go down because you're doing the same cardio. If you don't up the intensity within those 20 minutes of cardio and your weight goes down, plus you're getting physically more fit, then obviously the amount of calories you're burning goes down. The intensity needs to be the same. You need to make sure you're pushing yourself as hard during your cardio sessions from the beginning of your diet till the end of your diet. So that could mean adding more speed. Let's say the first couple weeks you walked at 4 kilometers an hour on an incline for 20 minutes. You find that easy now. So up until like 4.2, 4.3, 4.5, 5 as the weeks go by. That way you're doing harder cardio, you're getting more and more physically fit, and obviously you're, covering a larger distance. So you're making up for the fact that you've lost a bit of weight. You're still burning the same amount of calories during your cardio. That is one thing to keep in mind. Make sure that you're not just stalling with your cardio. Make sure you're not getting comfortable with the fact that because you're getting more fit, that speed on the treadmill doesn't feel as hard. You need to up the speed and keep doing your cardio, okay? That is number one. Number two, another reason why your metabolism adapts is obviously because you are smaller now. You have lost maybe 5 pounds, 10 pounds. Let's say your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is the same. Well, just because you weigh a little less, that means that you're not burning as many calories during your NEAT. So you're gonna have to up your steps, let's say, if you've hit a plateau. And then another thing is obviously because you weigh less, then your body, just by being alive, your basal metabolic rate is going to be a lot lower because your body does not have as much mass to keep alive as it used to, if that makes sense. And then finally, in terms of NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, because you're in a calorie deficit, your body is trying to preserve as much energy as it can. So you're not going to be fidgeting around as much. You're not going to have as much energy when you talk. See, when I'm making this video, I'm using my hands to speak, things like that. If you're someone that used to talk with your hands a lot, subconsciously, you're going to stop doing that. You're going to be a lot lethargic and talk a lot slower and so that is one thing to keep in mind. That is why you're probably burning fewer calories without realizing it, because you are trying to preserve energy. So all of these factors combined, that is probably why you've hit a plateau, because you're no longer in a calorie deficit, right? You weigh a lot less, your natural maintenance calories have gone down. So what do? There are two courses of action you could take here. First, let's say you don't have a deadline by which you need to be ready. So you don't have a competition or a photo shoot, you're just trying to get lean. And let's say you've been dieting for a really long time, so I'd say longer than 12 weeks. Your body probably needs a break. And this is where we can implement something called a diet break. And what it means is literally what it is. You're taking a break from being on a diet. You're not going to be in a surplus, but you're going to eat at maintenance calories. You're not going to eat at your previous old maintenance calories. You're going to have to eat at your new current maintenance calories at this lower body weight. So you're intentionally going to stop losing weight, and when you up those calories, calories just a little bit higher and lower your cardio just a tiny bit, you will be maintaining your weight for, let's say, 1 to 2 weeks. What this does is give your body, like, physically a break from dieting, because it can be very taxing on your body, and it will help restore your metabolic hormones, ghrelin and leptin, which are respectively your hunger and satiety hormones. So this can help you feel a lot fuller when you eat. You're not going to have as many cravings, you're not going to feel as hungry, your performance in the gym is going to go up for that 1 to 2 weeks. After that time has elapsed, you will go back into a calorie deficit and your metabolism should be ready to go and you will start losing more weight. Now, let's say you haven't really been dieting for that long, plus you have like a day by which you need to be ready. You're going to have to recreate a calorie deficit, because obviously when you're maintaining your weight or you're not losing as fast as you want to lose, the calorie deficit is either non-existent or not big enough. So you're going to have to make a new deficit by being a bit more aggressive. Dieting isn't meant to be easy, guys. It's not like smooth sailing, especially if you're trying to get lean for a photo shoot or for a bodybuilding competition. So what we do here is we're going to create a larger deficit by eating less and moving more. Now, some people don't mind eating way less and they hate cardio, and some people love cardio but want to eat as much as they can. So I would recommend doing a bit of both, like a good balance of both. That's what I personally do, but it is up to personal preference how you want to create your calorie deficit or like increase your calorie deficit. But let's say you're trying to do a mixture of both. It can be as simple as going from 20 minutes of cardio 5 times a week to 35 minutes of cardio 5 times a week. So you're adding like 15 minutes of cardio to each one of your sessions, and you can drop your calories by 200 calories a day, and mostly from carbs. So that would be 50 grams of carbs per day. So yeah, that is how you get over a weight loss plateau. You need to first identify whether it really is a weight loss plateau or not by using pictures, measurements, and in some cases, if you are already very, very overweight, you can use your weight to determine this. Once you've established that yes, you've hit a plateau, you have 2 courses of action to choose from. If you have a lot more time to get lean, you can go for the diet break option, and if you don't have as much time to get lean, you can go for the more aggressive, just lower the calories of the cardio and just keep grinding. And one last thing I'd like to add on top of this is, if you're not currently doing so and you're already very, very lean, adding 1 or 2 refeed days per week can be super beneficial to your weight loss and fat loss journey. I have a completely separate video where I show what I eat in a day on a refeed day, and I explain what a refeed is, so be sure to go check that out if that is something you're not already implementing into your plan. And yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more nutrition and fitness content. It's what I love to do here on my channel. And until next time, guys, bye!